مساء الخير يا جماعة، أنا مايا وممكن تعرف أنا بتعلم اللغة العربية خاصة اللهجة المصرية عشان ما أعرفش أنا بحبه. It's fun. I love it. Um, and yes, so اليوم عايز أحكي شوي عن مشهد معين من مسلسل باسم إمبراطورية مين. And today, I want to talk about something that happens to me all the time that is actually really helpful. At first, it's a problem, but then it's good because it helps you to learn certain words. So in this scene, you're going to hear a word. Why I hope you do, and tell me if there's a word that you hear that stands out أكتر من the other words. So let's just watch it.
أهلا. ريحة الوطن. ممنوع. ده ابني هو
ما اقصدش يا فندم ابنك، انا اقصد اللي مع الخلبوز ده ممنوع.
ايه ده العلم.
ممنوع يا فندم.
ممنوع ليه؟
سلاح.
سلاح؟
ايوه.
يعني السلاح يعدي من
Okay, so we'll talk about the context later. The word is, what is it? ممنوع. ممنوع. So maybe you're thinking, I don't know what that means. Maybe you know, but maybe you think, I don't know what it means. So let's say 6 months ago, I was like, what does that mean? So the context, she's saying, she's pointing to this object and she's saying mamnua. So this is a good way to learn new words because maybe there's tons of vocabulary that maybe you don't understand the grammar, everything, but you hear this word mamnua and it means something. It's important. And what can happen is that you can figure out from the context what it means. So you might not get it exactly right, but you'll get it close. So let's go back.
يلا أهلا. ريحة الوطن.
ممنوع.
ده ابني
ممنوع.
هو
ما اقصدش يا فندم ابنك، انا اقصد اللي مع الخلبوز ده ممنوع.
ايه ده العلم.
ممنوع يا فندم.
ممنوع ليه؟
So she's oh gosh, she's sad. Anyway, the lady, the Mumethil, she's really good. I don't know her name, but she's hilarious. So she says mamnua. Did you hear it? Mamnua. Mamnua. So I think at least 3 times she says mamnua. And again, just going by the context, what do you think it means? Like if you fly, if you travel, if you go anywhere and the representative points and says like this, you can guess like, oh, something's wrong. That's a good way to learn new words. Mamnua means something that is prohibited or forbidden. So in this case, he has an Egyptian flag. And anyway, she's saying that it's prohibited to take the flag because it's a weapon. So it's long story short, but that's the word. The word is mamnua. So let's watch again and see let's see if any other words stand out actually.
أهلا. ريحة الوطن.
ممنوع.
ده ابني هو
ما اقصدش يا فندم ابنك، انا اقصد اللي مع الخلبوز ده ممنوع.
ايه ده العلم.
ممنوع يا فندم.
ممنوع ليه؟
سلاح.
Oh man.
سلاح؟
ايوه.
يعني السلاح يعدي من مطار هيثرو بس انت تقولي لي ممنوع ازاي يعني؟
ما هو امن المطار.
Okay, so mamnua, I'm sure you heard that. But then 2 times she says the word silah. That's a hard word. It has a ha at the end of it. So again, putting 2 and 2 together, she's pointing and saying, let's just say this cup. Mamnua, mamnua. So if someone does that, you're like, oh, what's wrong? Mamnua. And then she says silah. So in this case, silah is weapon. And again, the idea is just that instead of always trying to know exactly what's said, you can use the context of the story to figure out like, oh, she's pointing to an object and she's saying it's prohibited. And then maybe sometimes you can write it down, but the idea is that you're able to isolate, like you're trying to train your listening, not just like your translation skills, but your ability to hear. You want to be able to hear the language. Sometimes I think we focus, in my opinion, too much on understanding. Like, what does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? Okay, you do want to understand what it means, but you want to be able to duplicate the sound too. So it helps. Like she said, mamnua. It has an ain at the end, and then again she said silah. It has a ha at the end. So those 2 words are important. They're good words to know. And now we can figure out the meaning. But instead of going to a friend or going to a dictionary, we can at least put a piece of the meaning to it together by the context. So I don't know. I just really like this. I like the scene. The show is hilarious. And actually, I want to show you one other scene that I'm working on. I don't know the meaning though, but I can isolate the word. Okay, Let me tell you. Here it is. I hope this is helpful. I don't know. Okay. This scene is hilarious. So they get quickly they get on the plane. They get on the plane and they're on their way. They live in England, but they're going back to Egypt for the first time in a long time. So anyway, the flight attendant, the lady, she says, "Wait, are you on vacation?" Or she says, "Are you on vacation or is this your final destination?" And she says, "Oh, this is my final destination." And so, oh man, I'm not telling it right, but basically the woman in red, Amira, she is the mom, and she's like, I bought these seats," and the couple that's sitting is like, "We don't want to move," and she's like, "What are you crazy? Like, we have assigned seats, like move." And so, but because Amira tells the flight attendant that Egypt is their final destination, the final flight attendant's like, "Oh, sorry, that's just get." She's like, "Get used to it. This is how Egypt is going to be." So it's hilarious. But anyway, that's not why we're watching this scene. We're watching the scene because the guy standing with the ponytail, he says a word, and I don't really know what it means, but I can hear it, and that's being able to hear is really important. Okay, let me see. Okay, here we go.
قولوا مين اللي مات اسماء الجثث من ارقام
Oh
الكراسي.
my God! What do you say? قنبلة؟ مع مين؟
So again, he says "Compila." Like I don't. What is Compila? I have no idea. I'm gonna ask somebody actually. Compila, what's that? But it stood out, so it gives me something to work with. Now it probably. I have a feeling it's not Fusha. It's probably Amiya, maybe, or maybe it's a borrowed word. But my point is that it's helping me to listen because I hear this word. It's foreign, and I want to know what it means. So one more time, just because I love the scene. It's hilarious.
بالراحه كده الموضوع فيه سيستم على فكره مش اعتباطي كده كل واحد لازم يقعد في المكان المخصص ليه
حضرتك
علشان
عاقل
لو لا
قوي.
قدر الله حصل
بتعملها
اي
ازاي؟
حاجه لو في عطل
Oh wait, I think.
لو سمحت شغلي ها مش عايز اشوف طب انا هقول لهم بقى سوبر هنا لا ما هم مش انا السوبر
Oh wait, I'm sorry, I'm retarded.
هو حضرتك جايه اجازه ولا فاينل خلاص؟
لا فاينل الحمد لله لازم تتعودي على كده يا فندم اتفضلي اتعود على ايه حضرتك
على الوضع ده خلاص.
لا لو حضرتك مش عارفه شغلك اندهي لي سوبرفايزر بتاعك بقى لا
That's what she
الصبح
is.
جاي الصبح
Anyway, I'm
انا السوبر
okay. She's like, I'm the supervisor. I went too far back. I love this scene. Okay, let's see. Okay. Oh wait.
ارقام الكراسي
Oh my God! What do you say? قنبلة؟
Kumbila?
مع مين؟
Kumbila? Nani? Kumbila? Kumbila? Like, so what is Kumbila? Like, I don't know. So I'll watch it a few more times, but the idea is that it's just a cool way to learn new words. And now that word is going to stick. Kumbila? Like, what's it? So anyway, I hope this was helpful or not. Whatever. Thanks.